subscribe? Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Truth only.
Yes.
What's up, Truth?
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening in. I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Okay. So what's on your mind?
I think the FBA blacks should actually take a stand that's worthwhile, right? And not see the people that aren't so anti-black as enemies. You know what I mean?
I don't quite know what you mean. I don't quite know what you mean.
I mean, there's specific threats on both sides of the aisle, whether black or not, is my point of contention, right? We're seeing a political shift in the minds of the people within the Western paradigm, right? And people have the pendulum has shifted more right, and I'd say the blacks are going to end up taking a portion of that and making it as beneficial for their people as possible, right? But I just don't think the main enemy should be lost. That's my point. You know what I mean?
I'm
That's all.
not sure.
The same people that enslave the NBA players, right? Every single owner within the NBA, right? I'm not even going bashing the NBA players because I'm a fan of basketball. But my point is they're owned and used for entertainment. They're owned and used for rap. You know, like black slavery or black whatever hasn't really ended. It really hasn't. They have a specific role in American society. I'm someone that will agree with that point. And that's not something I want to continue. I think, you know, the powers beyond them are the threat that we face. That's kind of what I'm saying here, you know?
Now you're Somalian, right?
No.
What are you?
No. I am from the US, from the United States of America.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's try it again, brother. What part of East Africa are you from?
No, so my father, right, is from the Middle East somewhere, and then my mother is Italian American.
Right.
But I was born and raised in the East Coast, the New York area. So that's pretty much where I'm at.
Okay. What part of the Middle East is your family from? Because you are a Muslim. You're a Muslim, and that's fine. You're a Muslim.
What's wrong with that? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I didn't say anything was wrong with it.
Sure.
Didn't say.
Okay.
Why'd you get defensive about it? I didn't say nothing was wrong with that.
No. Okay. Yeah.
What part of the Middle East is your family from, brother?
So my father is Turkish.
Turkish. Okay. I like it over in Turkey. I've been to Turkey before.
Have you? Where have you been to Turkey?
Was it Istanbul? Was it Istanbul? That's the main city. We had to go there because
Istanbul.
Yeah.
Sure.
The beautiful.
Why'd you have to go there?
Actually, we were going to go to Paris. I was over in the Maldives, and this was around COVID was still popping, and then Paris, they banned flights from coming in from the Maldives because of COVID. So I couldn't go to Britain because I'm banned in Britain. So I had to go to Turkey.
You're banned in Britain?
Yeah.
What the f*** is that? Why is that? Why is that the case?
Yeah, they banned me about 5 years ago.
They don't ban the Muslims, dude, right? Like, you want to talk about something Muslim-wise.
Right.
They don't really ban the Muslims, so they're not banning you. Why are they banning you?
Because they kind of have a thing. They think I'm a little bit too influential and I talk too black. So they think I might rile.
You're too FBA for them, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they think I'm going to rile the people up over there. They think I'm going to get everybody riled up. But I had to go to Turkey as a stopover to basically come back to the U.S. So we just stayed in Turkey for a couple of days while we were there. So that was.
Let me tell you something. I've lived in Turkey for about 2 to 3 years, right? Yeah. And the blacks within Turkey they're more African-like, right?
They are. A lot of Africans there.
I have friends, right? I played basketball. I've done a lot of things over there, and I had a friend from Cote d'Ivoire, which is Ivory Coast, right? And he could never wrap his head around the understanding of FBA culture, the whole N-word being used so loosely. He was extremely against it, even amongst his own. So it was very different, right? And he was, he's an educated individual. He actually ended up passing away, God rest his soul, from malaria, which is insane, right? He ends up going back to his own home nation, being confident enough, thinking that his body was immune to the mosquitoes, right? And so he ended up not taking whatever it was that he needed. He comes back to Turkey. When he comes back to Turkey, he gets heavily sick, and the guy ends up dying. So that's actually a crazy story that I have.
Well, that's
But God
unfortunate.
bless him. So
All right, my man.
very,
All right,
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
What's that? All right, hold on one second because people are sending me stuff on you. Hold on, people are sending me some post on you,
What do
brother.
you think
Hold
of
on.
that difference, though? What do you think of that? What do you think of that difference, though, Tariq? That's my question. In
The
essence,
difference of what?
the difference between like the whole like, do you find anything wrong with the African minded individual that actually just sees FBA culture to be a little absurd sometimes, or do you think they come from a place of,
Yeah,
do
nobody.
you think they're
No,
genuine or no?
no. Yeah, nobody can. No one is at liberty to say anything about our culture is absurd at all. Nobody. They can't say anything
Yeah.
about our culture. Our culture is
Okay.
the most iconic culture, and it's the culture that built this nation. And this is the culture that they want to come to. American culture is foundational Black American culture. Everything great about this country we got a fingerprint in. So that's our culture. Our culture is greatness. Yeah, we might have a little ratchetness here and there, but we balance that out with the greatness and the icons of our
Can you be
culture.
specific? Can you be specific in the greatness,
The
just so
fifth,
I know who you're referring?
the hundreds of thousands of inventions, the culture of our music, the culture of our activism, our icons who are foundational Black Americans who have stood up for other people, the Frederick Douglasses, the Ida B. Wells, the
But
Dr.
Muhammad
Francis,
Ali, would you
yeah,
consider
Muhammad
Muhammad
Ali.
Ali? Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, Betty Shabazz, the list goes on. We have icons in foundational Black American culture who inspire the world. That's what I mean. So, yeah, other groups, unfortunately, and not
That's
to
for
diss
sure,
them.
dude. That's for
Right,
sure.
right. So, yeah, they got to show respect. They got to show respect to that. But then let me get some more calls. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about no foreign tether saying anything about our culture. They're not at liberty to say anything about our culture. Oh, no, no. Nobody at all. Rob LaRoche, what's happening? Rob LaRoche. All right, Rob.
Hey there, how are you?
I'm good, Rob. How are you?
Fantastic. My parents just got back from Turkey 2 days ago.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. How they like it?
They loved they went on a cruise there, and they it was like a 2 week cruise, and they had said they loved it.
Wow. Have
Took
you
some
been
cool
there?
pictures. I have not been, but I've seen a bunch of pictures. I've researched it online a little bit. I've
Yeah,
been
it's
close.
cool.
I've been to Spain. I've been to some Russia and some other places like Portugal and stuff. Not too far from there.
Oh,
But
yeah, yeah.
uh,
Let's see. So, what's on your mind tonight, Rob?
man, I guess there's just a lot of stuff on our shoulders this week.
Yeah,
It's been a big week.
yeah. So, what's on your mind? Come on.
I was also curious why they give you so much shit about going through England or UK. What's the problem with that?
Yeah, yeah, they banned me. They banned me because I have a big audience over there. And when
Like,
I'm
how big
over
is your
there,
audience?
yeah, when I did a lecture over there in a damn concert hall and sold it out.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah,
There's
when
nothing
I
wrong
was
with
in England,
that.
there's nothing wrong with
So
that.
they're trying
But
to weaponize that and try to use it against you to like.
yeah, they're like, I guess I talk too black. So they're like, okay, they think I'm a little too radical. They think I'm going to rile the people up over there because when I go there, I get a lot of access to the media. They have me all on the media over there. And when I talk like I talk now. I talk about white supremacy and everything. They're like, nah, yeah, you won't. You're not conducive to the good of the nation here. That's the official answer they told me. They said
So
my
it's like some
presence.
Clockwork Orange shit.
Yeah, they said the official answer is that my presence is not conducive to the good of the country. That's the official answer.
And what's the
So
good of the country then?
I
What the
don't
hell does
know.
that mean?
I
What's
don't
the
know.
definition of that?
I know this shit is so vague. It's vague as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Jeez.
but they let me know. Hey, man, you bring your ass over here. We gonna get thrown in a dungeon somewhere, just like they did our brother Chris Brown. Chris Brown went over there, and
Damn.
they arrested him for something from 2023. So
Wasn't he in
yeah,
are you following the whole P Diddy trial going on?
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
This is like a high powered money grab. I don't think it's not trafficking at all. I don't think it's trafficking whatsoever. This is a big old finesse. This is to fleece Diddy of all of his
Didn't his
money.
house burn? Didn't his mansion burn down in like L.A. on the fires and shit?
I don't know. I don't remember. I
I
don't
think it did.
remember. Okay, it
I don't
probably
know.
did. It might have. But yeah, with the Diddy thing, yeah, this is a money grab. Thank you for the call, by the way, Rob. I'm gonna get some more calls. But yeah, the Diddy thing, this is a money grab, and also it's a, you know, concerted effort by the white supremacists to make sure a black man doesn't pass down all of those resources. These people actively stop that from happening. This case is actually bogus as hell. As a black person, you better not be co-signing this bullshit, bogus ass case. I don't give a damn how much you dislike Diddy. I dislike the feds more. Yeah, you can have whatever issue you got with Diddy, but yeah, I ain't co-signing no railroad ass um, nonsense like this case. This case is garbage. This case is garbage, and it's unraveling for the prosecution. It's not really looking too good for the prosecutions. So Diddy's lawyers, they're cooking. They're getting Cassie to spill all the beans, and they're asking the right questions, and they're painting the finger, well, they're painting the picture that basically this wasn't no trafficking. This woman wanted to be around Diddy. In fact, I think when Diddy was trying to break it off or whatever, she wanted to stay. All this stuff where she was forced, no. She didn't want no other women coming around. When Diddy had other women or whatever, the thought of other women, oh, she was getting mad and jealous. She didn't want to leave. You understand? And truth be told, listen. Truth be told, listening to what they're saying and some of the stuff Cassie was doing and how damn freaky she was, to be honest, um, I think Cassie was the one turning Diddy on to all that freaky ass shit. It sounds like she was the one introducing him to all of this freaky stuff. Because she was with it, with it. Yeah, it wasn't no coercing. This woman was damn near begging for dick and freaking off and all of this stuff. So we got to really look and see what's going on here. But yeah, the jurors, again, people were talking about the jurors as like some white males on there, something like that. And they said it was two black men. And we don't know where those black men are from. We don't know. And that's very important because they could be tethers. And that's the thing. And a lot of tethers, they love seeing a foundational black American man or woman or anybody get taken out of their spot. They love that. They secretly relish that shit. We got to be very honest. Speaking of tethers, Maryland mayor, not mayor, what am I saying? Governor. He's the he's the only quote black governor that we have right now in the country, which means nothing, by the way. But the only black governor that we have, Wes Moore, he just vetoed a bill for reparations for the state. They were going to put together a task force for reparations. He vetoed that. So yeah, he was like, "Oh no, we're gonna focus on something else." So that's that Pan-African Coalition, right? Listen, there's a reason why they get these non-FBA tethers. The white supremacists know what they're doing. They know how to elevate these people, and they do it for a reason. They do it for a reason. They know these people, anything that's going to be about restorative justice for foundational Black Americans, they know these people are going to crash it out. They know these these non-FBAs, they don't have no lineage-based ties to us or our struggle. You know, Westmore, his family's Jamaican. So they don't have the same generational trauma, the direct connection to the reparations claim, the ancestral ties here. So they can easily dismiss or deprioritize our policies without any type of internal conflict. And these people, they love exploiting the first Black optics. Because Wes, he was talking about, I saw somewhere he was talking about the first Black this and the first Black senator there and the first Black that. They love talking that. That's a nothing burger. That's a damn nothing burger. White institutions, they love to promote that, the optics of diversity, without addressing systemic harm. See, foundational Black Americans, we want to talk about our lineage and what was done. Non-FBAs like Westmore, they put them in as the symbolic first, the first Black governor, the first Black CEO, and that's to basically pacify demands without delivering substance. And then they use their ethnicity as a shield while withholding tangible benefits and tangible justice for foundational Black Americans. That's why with Obama, the first Black president, Kamala Harris, the first Black female vice president, all that old bullshit. And they make sure that these people do not come from our lineage. Because if you bring these people in from our lineage, we got to talk about what this first really means for the lineage and what we've gone through to get a person here. Bringing in a tether, that's kind of a slap in the face to our lineage, because they know these tethers are not going to bring justice for the lineage. You understand? They know that these people are going to have no problem avoiding lineage-based benefits. And they know that these people are going to prioritize immigrant agendas over foundational Black American needs. Wes Moore loves caping for other immigrants. His fellow immigrants, he bends over backwards for them. Boy, you go on his Twitter, he's talking about DACA and all of that stuff. But he vetoes our shit. You understand? And you wonder why we delineate? And people talking about we're divisive? We should have divided from these damn dusty-ass, hateful tethers a long time ago. All they do is get in positions to sabotage us. That's why the Congressional Black Caucus don't do anything. They flooded with tethers who look out for their fellow immigrants while talking about the first Black this and the first Black that family. We have been getting finessed for the longest by these white supremacists and their tether-ass puppets. And see, the white liberals, they favor that immigration over the Black American empowerment. And I won't even just say the liberals, the conservatives too, because the white liberals and the white conservatives, they play the same game. They get foreign tethers and elevate them. Like the Republicans, they had Winsome Shears over there in Virginia, the lieutenant governor. She's a Jamaican tether who's always denigrating our damn lineage, talking about we need to get over slavery. But she was at some damn Holocaust museum kissing ass. Ooh, never forget. We ain't gonna never forget. But when it comes to us, y'all, you pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Forget all that. Let that slavery shit go. They play that game with us. They got Byron Donalds out there, and I think he's trying to run for governor or mayor, something down there in Florida. That's another tether. He's a right-wing tether. His Caribbean family got on the Breakfast Club talking about we shouldn't get no reparations. So he's vehemently against reparations for us. So we got to watch this thing. We got to watch because see the white power structure. They use these tether classes. They use them as gatekeepers. White institutions, they select these non-FBAs to represent Black America because the white supremacists see them as safer, more compliant. They're less likely to disrupt the status quo. So they're buffers. Their job is to block any radical, quote unquote, Black agenda. Anything that has to do with wealth redistribution or challenging systematic white supremacy, everything that has to do with that, their job is to sabotage it. And they come in and they undermine foundational Black American movements by claiming unearned solidarity. They always run around here talking about this shared Blackness while rejecting FBA specific remedies. And they create a lot of confusion, a lot of disunity, and they pretend to speak for all Black people while they go out of their way to undermine the very group whose ancestors laid the groundwork for the civil rights and Black political power in America. And a lot of what they do, they like to try to redefine Blackness on white terms. They love doing that. They like to reshape the definition of Black into like this global apolitical identity. It removes all of the revolutionary legacy of foundational Black Americans. So what they do, they like to create this one big Negro homogenized version of Blackness, and that allows corporations, politicians, and other institutions to basically promote diversity without acknowledging America's foundational sins. You see? So they know what they're doing. And they like to encourage policy that benefits other people at foundational Black Americans' expense. See, under non-FBA leadership, we see all of these programs meant to uplift us. They all get restructured to serve immigrants, LGBT groups, people of color, and all of it erases our specific suffering. They always get Tethers to do this, family. Remember, Kamala Harris. Don't ever forget Kamala Harris, how treasonous and treacherous she was. That woman was bending over for immigrant groups, writing blank checks. They are all just caping for immigrant groups. And when you ask, okay, what are you going to do for Black people? Oh, I'm not going to do nothing that's only going to benefit Black people. Oh, no. I'm going to drunk babble when it comes to y'all. I'm going to get drunk and just babble like a damn barfly. But these tethers, they neutralize the urgency of foundational Black American reparations claims. See, when these tethers get up here and they start vetoing reparations bills, they're sending a message to white society. They're sending a message that, well, Black people, we aren't unified on this issue. Yeah, so that kind of weakens the political urgency, and that gives cover to the white politicians and donors to keep denying justice because they say, well, we wanted to give reparations, but Wes Moore didn't want to do it. We wanted to, us hunkies, we wanted to. I know you call us hunkies, but yeah, us hunkies, we wanted to give you reparations, but it was your guy. It was your own. It was Wes Moore who vetoed it. My God. That's cat. They know what his get down is. That's why they put him in power. Yeah? They know what they're doing. They elevate these tethers. They know that these tethers don't owe us nothing. So, the tethers are easier to control. They know that. And look, a lot of the tethers, they understand that these people are just grateful for inclusion. They're not focused on any kind of repair. Them coming over here is a form of reparations. I've heard some of them tethers say this shit. That's a come up. They got unearned benefits. So a lot of African and Caribbean immigrants, they view America as a land of opportunity. It's not a place of ancestral trauma like we see it. I see this is a place of ancestral trauma that my family built and everything great. We built it. It's not the land of opportunity. We created all the damn opportunities. Yeah, so that's nothing exciting. We had to create it. So yeah, we're not jumping up celebrating. Yeah, we got to sit down for a minute. We did a lot of fighting to create these opportunities. So we look at the opportunities different. Yeah, we created these opportunities. But the tether class, this was like, it's like hell. I get to come on in and everybody did the hard work and I just get to walk on through without any bruises. Oh, this is great. And then I get to wag my finger. Oh, you niggas get up and stop complaining about the white man and build your own niggas. We start getting lectures from these tethers who just waltz on in after we had to kick in the damn door. And the tethers, again, their mindset is conditioned to assimilate, not confront. So that makes them the ideal tokens for white dominated systems, especially if they want to appear inclusive without addressing historic harm. And again, they know that the tethers, they're going to speak the language of diversity, not justice. See, the white institutions, they prefer the immigrants who's going to come in and focus on diversity, minority advancement, black and brown, and all that shit. Instead, we're like, hey, we're talking about lineage base for foundational black Americans, for freedmen. So non-FBAs, they're more comfortable pushing these symbolic gestures over material demands because they already got theirs coming over here. To them, hell, running water is a come up. A flushing toilet is a come up. They ain't about to mess that up so they can go back to the shanty town. So that's why they fight us tooth and nail. Like, nigga, don't make it bad for me. I don't want to go back to the village. And also they use these tethers to basically criticize foundational black Americans so that the white supremacists won't look like the racists they are. White society, they use tether classes and tether politicians to scold and lecture and shame foundational black Americans for so-called perceived failures without backlash. You see, when Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, when they start talking down to black men, they try to wheel Obama around and try to talk to black men. You musty, moist tether. He's always trying to wag his finger to us. See, that turned me off about Obama early on. So yeah, when they start talking about black men and how we need to be more responsible and do better, the dominant society, they look at that as in-house criticism. So it's like, okay, yeah. They're having an internal spat, and we have our Negro spewing all of our talking points for us. But yeah, the dominant society, they look at the tether classes as more professional and less angry. And they're not going to rock the boat. You can underpay them, you can throw them some peanuts, and they're not going to complain. Whereas us, we're going to be like, hey man, let me holler at the supervisor. I'm going to have to get a raise. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a raise. I'm going to have to get some dental benefits. I'm going to have to get mine. We're going to be on that vibe. Yeah, we ain't really trying to work for peanuts no more. But they know the tether class are going there. They're just happy to be there. They're just happy to not be in the damn village no more. And they don't have a problem doing the dirty work for the white supremacists coming in to undermine us. Yeah? Real shit. Speaking of tethers who undermine us, let's get Bushmeat Barrister in here.
Hey Tariq, how are you?
I'm good, Bushmeat. How are you?
I'm well. I'm pretty sure you are fully aware of what happened in New Orleans with all those inmates escaping. Am I right?
Yep. Yeah, they got about
Okay.
3 of them. They caught about 3 of them already, right?
Yeah, they caught up all three of them. I'm just wondering if those inmates were white, do you think they would have had a better chance of, escaping because, white people tend to have higher IQs than black people. So they probably would be much more focused on being able to stay away from prison. They have more strategies. Do you think that white people,
Like what?
if those prisoners were white, probably would be
Give me an example of a high IQ white person who broke out of prison and stayed. Give me an example.
a high IQ white person?
Tell any of them. You said the whites got the high IQ, so tell me the ones who broke out and stayed.
White. Well, Nothing's
Man,
popping
now
off my mind.
right. So you just kissing white ass for no reason. See
No,
this
I'm just saying that usually, but
right.
usually
Yeah,
though.
all right,
But yeah,
Tether. Good
three.
night, Tether. Hi, Bushmeat Barrister. He's a Nigerian Tether. That's a perfect example. See what I'm saying? These people just kiss white ass for no reason. He's up here killing high IQ white peoples. Yeah, okay, well then name the high IQ white person who broke out and stayed out. Well, I don't know. It's probably out there. As much as I love me some white folk. See, perfect example, ladies and gentlemen. Real time example of a groveling white ass kissing Tether. Now, those are the kind of people, ladies and gentlemen, that they elevate. Can you imagine Bushmeat Barrister as a politician and all the damage this little musty Negro would do? You know what I'm saying? All that white ass kissing. I saw another Tether from, I think she's from either Cameroon or South Africa. I should have retweeted her ass. She was up here caping for the white people in South Africa. She was like, well, the white people, well, they know how to cultivate the land. The people over there in South Africa don't know how to cultivate the land. We need them white people over there. And she's over here. This woman is a professor down in Alabama somewhere. Man, they've weaponized tethers on our ass, man. We got to be very honest. They done weaponized these tethers. That's some heavy shit, man. How they've infiltrated us with these spiteful, hateful ass tethers. It's amazing that we got these little sleeper cells of tethers who come around us trying to undermine us, and we don't even know it. They blend right in many times. But now they're not blending in like they used to because now we're asking questions. When people come around and their actions are a little funny style, we're like, hey man, wait a minute. Hold on. All white people ain't bad. Really? Where you from, man? Wait. What does it matter, nigga? I'm an American citizen. No. Yeah, you can tell somebody's foreign when they get defensive. Notice that with the tethers. When you ask somebody where they're from and they start getting defensive, that's the first sign of a tether, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first sign of a tether. When you start saying, hey man, where your family from? What does it matter, nigga? I was born in Cleveland. Okay, no, okay, calm down, my nigga. Calm down. All right. You're clearly foreign. You don't know, nigga. We're the same. I'm an American citizen. All right. Ubuntu. All right. What's up, Cam?
It's great. I just want to speak about the Diddy thing.
Yeah,
I would say they don't have enough evidence for what they're trying to charge him on.
right.
But it's only like the first week. There's 8 more weeks to go. But I'm gonna say this: for decades, black folk used to call Diddy evil. They thought he killed Tupac and Biggie. They made a whole bunch of videos. It was mostly black folk doing that. But now all of a sudden, oh, they're trying to get him. They're trying to put an innocent black man in prison. I think the switch up is kind of funny, but is interesting to see. But I think he's gonna get off because what they're at this rate, what they're trying to get him at is not working.
Right.
He's just a freak. That's all.
Right. Right. And I won't even say it's a switch up. Now, the thing is, yeah, like I said earlier, people might have their reservations about Diddy. You might not like him for whatever reason. But the thing is, we dislike the feds more. All right. The feds have done way more egregious things to black society than Diddy has. All right.
Yeah, that's a
You know
fact.
what I'm saying? These people, they
Mhm.
done killed many of our leaders. The feds are not a friend of black society. So we know their
Hey,
track record.
yeah, and the Feds has always been on Diddy ever since the '90s. So
Right, right. So again, when we see something funny style going on, this case looks real janky. This the feds doing what they do. Any type of prominent black person, they start doing the Birdman hand rub and take them down. They either kill them, incarcerate them, or bankrupt them. So yeah, we're not people who got sense. Foundation of Black Americans. We're not co-signing what the feds are doing. Yeah, I dislike the feds more than I dislike Diddy. All right. Let's get TBC in the building. TBC, what's happening? TBC, what's happening? All right, you can unmute your microphone. That'll be great if you can unmute that mic. And if you, there you go.
Thanks for the mic, man. What's up, brother?
I'm good, T. How are you, man?
You fucking ripping on Cleveland, man? You haven't been to Cleveland, Ohio in a while, have you?
No, it's not. I've not been. No, not. You thought I ripped on Cleveland?
Yeah, everybody rips on Cleveland, so don't
No,
worry
no. I
about it.
got
It's all
a lot of my
we all
family's in
forgive you.
Cleveland. No, I'm cool with Cleveland. I love the Ohio family. So what's going on with you, man? What's on your mind?
Man, what's all this racism talk I hear about down with the whitey? Jeez.
Now, who's trying to be down with Whitey? Who said that?
You said that.
No, God, anything. I swear, when we start talking about black empowerment, why do y'all reinterpret it as,
Down on
y'all gonna get the
down
Whitey?
the whitey.
Why y'all think we're gonna get you? Y'all always got some boogeyman going
Go
on.
get us. Go get us.
Nah,
Hey, no man, we get you. Remember, you got it all messed up.
right, y'all, but y'all already got us. I mean, systematically.
Yeah, we did that a couple hundred years ago.
Right,
Gee,
right.
crap, man.
So now, yeah, some of the ancestors are
What's up,
getting
Najee?
some.
Hey, thanks for letting me up, man. It's good to meet some new folk up in here.
There
There's
you
a
go.
lot of heads up in
Yes,
this
it
bitch.
is. We're in here real deep. We're in here very, very deep.
Rock.
Thank you. Okay, another drunk white man. He's drunk. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the ancestors getting that ass. All right. Let's get Will. Let's get Will in the building. Let's get Will in the building. Yeah, a lot of the white people are always shocked to see so many people in here and us talking about black stuff. When it's a lot of people and you talking black talk, well, they go on alert. Hey, what are you guys talking about? Is it you're gonna get Whitey? Are you gonna go get the hunkies? Are you gonna get us? What are you gonna do?
Hi, I'm Mateo. Do you want to learn about Hidden Heroes? Hidden Heroes from A to Z is a cool book that tells the stories of amazing black heroes you might not know about. You'll meet inventors, you'll meet explorers, and leaders who change the world. It's fun, inspiring, and you can learn so much. Get your copy now at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Let's discover our hidden heroes together.